There are lots of scenarios that I've seen. There are so many stories of people who are in marriages that they don't want to be in, that they're in because of society, because they're too scared to leave that marriage, because their parents will get mad, because of whatever reasons, but they're not there because they personally want to be there. And if that's the case, I think divorce is something that should be accessible for them.
Accessible and celebrated, not made it to be a shameful event.
Interesting.
And if society should not like, oh my God, going through, you are such a bad person. That label, even in advanced even in North America and all, where it is very common, people still put a tag. Oh, that means you are not good in relationship management.
Exactly.
That is an unconscious tab on you already. You are already like, as soon as you say I'm a divorcee or divorced, oh, unconsciously you are already thinking, tomorrow you are trying to be friends with him. Anything that he or she says, you are like, anyway, that divorced person is so hard. No wonder your wife or husband divorced you. No, in your mind, you are playing that tape.
Yeah.
Because society has made you feel a certain way. Why does not society say you divorce because you did not want that person also to suffer with you? You are actually a good person.
Good person. Yeah.
Because it is more bad for a person to live with another person unhappily. For what? You are a bad person allowing that to happen.
True.
Oh no, because our parents will say this. Oh no, my parent, I think who will go through this whole divorce, man. Oh my God. You are putting so much pressure on you. You cannot be happy yourself. How you can make the other person feel happy? Same like when you don't love yourself, how you can love somebody else?
For sure. For sure.
People say, oh, you have to, I did care for you so much, you don't love me. But do you love yourself first? It's like, I don't have money. How can I give money to anybody?
Yeah.
So, people need to first love themselves 100%. They don't love 100%, not the narcissistic type of love, where is again, the whole point comes to like, how do I know if I 100% love myself? Is that when you are standing naked in front of the mirror and you look at yourself and you're perfectly in love with your body, perfectly in love with the way you are today, with whatever you have got, and you're saying 100% I'm happy. And when you have that 100% feeling, you don't have to go out and say, love me. You are yourself love. People will come to you and give you love. You don't need, oh, I need this person in my life. Without that person, then that becomes conditional attachment.
Yes.
You are, I did so much for you and now you treat me like this. I did not bring me flower, or I did not take you on a bloody vacation. All that things come where? When it becomes a transactional love.
Interesting.
And again, transactional love created by society, because you watch all these movies, romantic movies, and from where are we getting this stupid information?
Yeah, you watch these movies and that kind of conditions you to think that that's how romance is supposed to be.
Romance,
that's how everything's
yeah,
supposed
romance
to be.
is there, but for a very short period of time.
Yeah, that's not what you can fully rely and depend on. And one thing that you mentioned before you started this was that marriage is only sustainable if divorce is also sustainable. So in this stage right now that we're in, where divorce, do you think divorce is not, you were saying that divorce is not something that is kind of encouraged when needed, it's not, celebrated and things like that. So in that scenario today in society, do you think marriage would not work then?
It is again, it has to go down to the foundation. It's like, what are we teaching our children from ground level? How many people are educated in what is marriage? How many people are educated in the whole thing about love? How many people are actually knowing what a marriage involves? 90% of people who are getting into marriage, they don't know how much trials and tribulations are there to make that marriage work. People think, oh, no, I have found my soulmate. We are deeply in love. We connect on almost every level. Brother, sister, just live with that person. And they are living. There are a lot of live-in relationships. But have you ever gone through everything that is required in terms of marriage to work. Like, have we talked about finance? Have we talked about children? Have we talked about what will happen when you're 30, 40, 50? No, we don't want to think all that. We are enjoying our moment. Let us be okay. Then don't get married.
Mm.
The wife, the live-in partner should not force the other person and say, "Oh, now you have to get married. How long we are going to do this time pass?"
Mm.
Why? Know the boundaries, know the parameters. And the most funny part is a person changes every moment. Today you are like this. After 6 months, you will say, "What is this podcast? I don't want to bring this kadak chai. Every time for kadak chai, I will just put Mahreen show." So you know how much difficult it is to bring this bloody kadak chai? Bloody hell. I'll just put Mahreen show. So again, you will be a different person. So
So you need to have like the communication going on before you decide to get married. Is that what you're saying?
you need to know exactly what happens after you get married.
Do
Be
you think that
prepared for it and be prepared for the exit clause also. Not like,
Mm.
oh, our marriage, I will make it work no matter what. No, be prepared that this can happen. And is the other person also willing to do all of that? One thing what people don't understand is a woman, when she talks or when she is enjoying the company, 90% of the time she would rather enjoy it with another woman
Mm. Mm.
because the wiring is different. A man, yes, they will enjoy the company of a woman, but only for certain, maybe 1 hour,
Activities?
2 hours, or maybe some activities together. That's it. But I have seen the women in my life, they are so much enjoying when I see them with other women.
Interesting.
Same thing with men. Have you seen any man, okay, other than that love part, or when the other woman is also in sync with it for a certain period of time? 90% of the time you see them enjoying with other men. Have you seen the enjoyment level, the
True.
intensity on a scale of 1 to 10? A man with another man, 10 out of 10. Man with another woman, maybe maximum 8.
Even if you think they're in love and everything, they would enjoy it more with.
On some activity level.
Okay.
That time it is 10 out of 10.
Interesting.
But, and that is not sustainable. But with his best buddies, he is like gone bananas. Same thing with the woman. You send two women on a shopping mall, in a shopping mall.
Yeah, that's what I say. It depends on the activity, right? Like,
No, also in the way the conversation is. Like, let's say you are doing podcast with me, you are enjoying the conversation. You remove this podcast and you ask, after all these main questions, you ask me, like, we cannot do this whole interview thing all the time. You'll be like, my God, you're so boring. I'll be like, Mahreen, you stopped asking questions nowadays. Now you're only telling me stories.